Alright, this is just a quick video following up on some of the things we talked about in our last field guide meeting. We did finish the simplified template, and so if you'll open up the Utah Field Guide workbook, you can see that the simplified template is in there, and it has this lock on it. So if you're going to, and please use this one, I think we're going to get rid of this other template, but when you come in here, basically you need to hover over the tab that says Simplified Template. You're going to left click and just duplicate it. When you do that, it will duplicate, it'll make you a copy, and you'll see that it's unlocked. Now, if you will rename the copy, so you're going to left click again, you're going to click rename, and we'll call this pipe insulation. Try to keep this naming convention as short as possible, because it's just going to make a very, very long list across the bottom. And then now you have a template that you can fill out. I've tried to add conditional formatting just to help you remember to fill everything out. So the first thing, if you just hit this drop down list, this is just pointed to a list of all of the measures. So just select the one that you're writing. And then if you'll type in whatever the SWS detail is, I'm just going to put in some garbage here, and these will just, they're just designed so that once you've entered something into the field, then it'll go to where it's not yellow anymore. And then make sure and select your name. So this will just hopefully guide you to fill out the form. As per our conversations, these were the columns that we need to fill information out for. So your before photo would be photo of uninsulated pipe or something. So there's uninsulated pipe, insulated pipe. And you'll notice as you fill that in, then it's going to tell you what else you need to write. So here you're going to put, a photo of water heater with pipes uninsulated. And again, once you fill that out, then it'll tell you that you're done. The photo link I'll talk about in just a minute, but I've set this up to where it'll kind of prompt you to at least write step 1. So if you write something in there, then once you've done that, then it's telling you, okay, now you need to write out your step description and your photo description. So write something, explain all these things, and as you do that, it'll tell you you're done. Step 2, you got to write something in here, and as soon as you write out what the step name is, it'll just highlight what else you have to do. So if you'll go through this, make sure that you're writing out the number of steps, and then the main reason that we went to the simplified template was so that once you've written stuff out, you can move it around. So say you realize that step 4 would really go right after step 1. So if you'll just come over here to the left, and if you'll click on the row number that you want to move, and then if you'll hover over it, you'll get the little hand, and then if you'll right click and hold, then you can actually move that entire row up. And once you drop it, you'll notice I set it up to where it'll just renumber itself really quickly. So you can get in here and just slide stuff around wherever you need to. Hopefully that'll help the writing process go more quickly. So, and then just make sure you've filled in all the fields that you need to. For right now, you can leave the photo link alone. But I did want to show you what we will be doing for that. So let me click over here to a different folder. So Dalton just shared a folder called Field Guide with each of you. And inside that folder is this workbook that we've been working out of, and there's also a folder called Field Guide Photos. So once you guys start taking photos, as you have photos for it, if you'll come into that field guide photos, and in here, if there's not a folder for the photos for the measure that you're doing, if you'll come up to new, click on folder, and then create. So if you were doing window installs or whatever, then you would just create a folder for that. And when you do that, it'll drop that into that folder, into this folder called field guide, and it'll be shared with everybody automatically. But in this example, Dalton created one called pipe insulation, and so I'm going to go into that, and then we have an image in there. So if I had written step number 1 down, and that the photo for this was the photo for step number 1, then all you have to do is hover over it. You're going to left click, and it'll give you this drop down menu. And if you'll just do a right click on this shareable link. So I just clicked on that. Now it's basically copied that link. Now go back over here, and if this is where that photo goes, so I'm right clicking into the cell, and then I'm just going to hit Control B to paste that link in there. And now that link will take me directly to that photo that you'd taken for that. So, and as you can see, once we have all the photos, then all of the conditional formatting highlighting disappears as well. So for now, we can leave the photos alone, but when we get to that process, we'll be coming back in and adding them and making sure we have a photo for each of the steps that we've written. So hopefully this helps out a little bit. Again, thank you guys for all of your help.